Hi!
Hey, what's up creatures? It's Em and welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, welcome. My name's Em, I'm a former zookeeper and I'm an animal educator. Today I'm going to be doing the updated video to my very popular Bathing All My Pets video. So welcome to today's Bathing All My Pets 2020 edition. Although the title is Bathing All My Pets, I will be bathing all of my pets which can be bathed, which means that there are 4 exceptions. The 4 exceptions being the 2 tokay geckos behind me and my 2 male Madagascan hissing cockroaches. So today we're going to be bathing Dobby and Niffler, my 2 adorable ferrets, as well as Zombie and Car, my 2 snakes, and also my dog Kiba, who is just the biggest, floofiest, most adorable dog. And I'll be giving you a couple of tips and some things that I do which might surprise you when bathing my animals to give them the best in terms of health and the best in terms of experience. If you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button down below, become part of the creature crew, and also hit that notification bell down in the corner there so you don't miss a single upload. Do you have any pets at home which you have to bathe? If so, drop their species down below in a comment and share your tips, or if you have any bathing questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below.
Also, just a very quick shameless plug, I did write a book which is also available in audiobook form. You can find it by following the link in my description box below. It's really good for animal lovers and it was a bestseller, so huh?
Without further ado, let's jump on into bathing all my pets. Let's go get soggy. Some snakes can really benefit from regular baths. Of course, all pet snakes should have a water dish in their habitat which is large enough for them to submerge their whole bodies in so they can choose to soak themselves whenever they want. But the occasional bath can be beneficial in terms of additional hydration, enrichment for the removal of stuck shed, which I'll show you later in this video, and for you to be able to observe the general body condition of your snake and how they're moving. What I'm doing here is I'm rinsing off my bathtub with hot water to remove any soapy residue from my shower. Hot water is best for this, and if you want, you can use some natural cleaning solutions like distilled white vinegar mixed with water. Don't use any harsh chemicals in the tub like bleach before bathing your pets, just in case you don't rinse it all off properly. Now I'm filling the tub with about a foot of warm water. For most snakes, I'd recommend the water temperature to be between 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 to 29 degrees Celsius. Be careful to monitor the water as your snake soaks so that it doesn't get too cold. Now I'm adding a towel into the water. Although the tub only has about a foot of water, meaning my snakes can easily hold about 2/3 of their body above the water's surface, this towel will become a safe island for my snakes to rest on or grip with parts of their body to feel extra secure. If you want, you can add multiple towels. This is Ka. She is my royal or ball python. We've been together for about 14 years now and she is adorable. She loves a good soaking, so hopefully today she'll be relaxed and on her best behavior. Oh, she's so beautiful. I can't. I'm easing Ka gently onto the towel and letting her choose to explore the water at her leisure. This will help to minimize her stress. Yup, she's drinking the water droplets on the side of the bath. This is why I don't use bleach prior to soaking my animals. What I'm doing here is I'm gently feeling around for any changes in her body condition, any dryness, any kinks in her spine which might indicate a rib injury, or any suspicious lumps to bring to my vet's attention. Bathing can stimulate reptiles to release their bowels, so be prepared. The water mixed with being buoyant and being encouraged to swim is what causes this. So, depending on the species of reptile, soaking can be a very good first step to solving any constipation issues. Never leave a snake unattended to soak, because they may attempt a daring escape. Ka is now clearly done with her bath. Her total bath time was 15 minutes. I'll repeat this again next month, but for now, she's good. Next, it's Zombie's turn. Zombie is my grey-banded king snake. She has a small piece of stuck shed on her tail which needs to come off, and she hasn't been soaking herself much recently, so this bath will be useful in removing this piece. Zombie enjoys swimming more than Ka does, but she is an old lady with cataracts, and to all intents and purposes she's blind, so when she first makes contact with the water, she tends to thrash around for a while before she calms down. This is another place where the towel comes in really useful. Having the towel will help her to feel more secure in the bath. Note that the towel is compacted into a boulder shape. This will prevent any small thrashing snakes from getting tangled up in it and potentially suffocating between the folds. This is another good reason to keep an eye on your snakes as they bathe. After 10 minutes, her shed is ready to come off. I can tell the shed is ready because I can see tiny little air bubbles between the stuck shed and the new skin, meaning that the old piece of stuck shed is beginning to lift. I gently move my thumb in small circular motions, which eases the shed off. There's no need to be rough. You'll have much better success in removing stuck shed and keeping your snake calm if you go slowly. This gentle method works really well with removing stuck eye caps and vent shed too. And zombie is done. Total elapsed time, 15 minutes. Next up, I'll be bathing my 2 ferrets, Dobby and Niffler. I have emptied the bath water and filled it with water which is warmer than my snake's bath. A healthy ferret's body temperature is actually pretty high, so water which feels lukewarm to us is actually cold for ferrets. I recommend ferret bath water to be between 101 degrees and 103 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 38 to 39 degrees Celsius. What I'm going to be doing with these oats is actually putting them inside this sock and then tying off the end here, probably with a hair tie, and then just submerging it in the nice warm water. What this is going to do is it's going to be a very gentle cleansing for the ferret's skin. It's not an irritant at all. It's all nice and natural. You don't have to do this step. You can just bathe your ferrets with very plain, nice warm water. And you can also use ferret shampoos as well. There are ferret shampoos on the market that I've used before. I've not encountered any kind of skin irritation from using them, but I'm always trying to find ways of pivoting and improving my animals' health. So if I can go all natural and organic, that's what I'm trying to do. So let's go ahead and grab my 2 ferrets who are going to make this process really difficult because neither one of them enjoys a bath. This could get interesting because normally I would just bathe them separately, but today I'm going to put them in together. So this should be fun. So I guess we'll start with Dobby. In you go, good girl. Don't drink it, it's drinking your bath water, that's disgusting. Once again, I have a towel down in the bath which helps to keep ferrets calm. I want the ferrets to be able to stand up in the bath and have their heads well above the surface of the water to prevent any panic and to stop the water from getting in their ears and causing any infections. So the water height is under a foot because Dobby is literally the size of a small baguette. If you don't have a bathtub, you can also bathe your ferrets in a sink. Putting a towel down in a sink will also help to keep the ferrets calm because it will provide them with traction. If your ferrets are super wiggly, try bribing them with some pure salmon oil as a treat. I gently cup water onto my ferrets to get them nice and wet whilst avoiding their heads and ears. Using a cup scoop can also make this process faster. Don't use the shower head to spray your ferrets with water. It can be a little harsh on their bodies and skin, and it can be scary to them. Once again, be prepared for bowel movements. Scared ferrets may eliminate in the bath, and if this should happen, the bath water should be emptied immediately and the process restarted. If possible, don't feed your ferrets before a bath. Let's all just enjoy Niffler's existential crisis. I like to call this look internally screaming into the void. After about 10 minutes, I empty the water out and remove the wet towel. Once the water has completely drained, I place a new dry towel in the bathtub and the ferrets will dry themselves. Ferrets naturally want to stay dry, so they will rub themselves on anything they can to get dry. Self-drying ferrets. Magnificent. I don't like to use any kind of hair dryers on my ferrets just because it can be a little bit harsh for them. So I prefer to keep the environment nice and warm while they just self-dry. Something else you can do is get a microfiber cloth. That's also really good at soaking up moisture. I don't have a microfiber cloth right now, but what I do have is just regular towels. So those do just fine. And in about 15 minutes, they'll be completely dry. It's been about 10 now, and you can see that they're already getting nice and fluffy and plush again. And given that their living space downstairs is nice and warm, I'd say that's a wrap for the ferrets. Did you do so well with your bath? His fur is so beautiful and plush. Oh my goodness, look at that. He definitely has his winter coat in right now. Look at that beautiful lush white undercoat that you can see there. That he grows in every single autumn or fall, and then he blows it again in the spring. Oh, he melted. He's melting. The niffler has melted. He has become a liquid. Niffler has dissolved. Did you dissolve? You're so cute. Also, just remember that the more you bathe ferrets, the more they are going to smell. It's not good to overbathe your ferrets. It can give them highly irritable skin. And if you don't like the smell of ferrets just every day regularly, just don't get them. Ferrets are going to smell no matter what, and actually they're going to smell even more if you bathe them too frequently. The optimal amount that I like to bathe my ferrets is about 3 times a year, and that's at the top end, unless they get covered in something really filthy. Then of course I'll have to bathe them again. But the more you bathe a ferret, the more they are going to smell. So please don't be tempted by thinking, if my ferret smells, I can just bathe them, get rid of the smell. The best way to keep down the smell and odor of a ferret is to keep their enclosure clean, and if you can, I highly recommend a raw diet, because that helps with their poo smell so much. So you have to keep them clean, wash their bedding every fortnight or so, and only clean your ferrets when it's necessary. I like to do it right after a coat blow just to help release all of the stuck coat. And aside from that, unless they get dirty, I don't really do it. Dobby's coat is looking fantastic as well. As you can see, it is so nice and clean. It's very healthy. She's got a nice thick undercoat layer there as well. This is what I'll be using to help me to bathe Kiba. I actually have 3 different products here from Earth Bath. Earth Bath know that from the very beginning I've been using their products with Kiba, especially as a puppy. He used to use their cherry scented puppy shampoo, which he loved. And I loved using it on him. So they actually sent over these updated products for him. So we have over here the oatmeal and aloe shampoo, which is with vanilla and almond. Then we have the corresponding oatmeal and aloe conditioner, again vanilla and almond. And then the 2-in-1 conditioning shampoo, which is Mango Tango. And personally, the scent of Mango Tango is my favorite. This is only the 3rd time that Kiba has been bathed in his entire life, and he's 18 months old now. So I'm actually going to be choosing these 2 products over here. This way I'll be able to do a really good deep shampoo followed by a really good deep conditioner. This one seems like a really great option for people who want to save some time. But regardless, what I'm going to do is just use these 2 today. I'll link these products down below, and I just want to shout out to Earth Bath and say thank you so much for sending these over. It's very kind of you. And that means lastly, it's time for Kiba's bath. Kiba is not the biggest fan of bath time, but oh, apparently Miko is. Hi, are you coming in to check out what's going on? I don't think that you guys want to have baths today, do you? No? You went to the groomer the other day. It's not your turn. Where's Kiba? Kiba's hiding because he knows what's coming. Because the bath has such a smooth surface, I want Kiba to feel extra secure, which is why I've got another towel. I've laid it flat. I mean, it's not another towel. It's the same one that the ferrets were standing on and which the snakes were using as an anchor point. However, we're all about recycling, so I'm going to be taking the opportunity just to use this one as a nice grip for Kiba's paws. Oh, Kiba! Baby boy. You're not Kiba. Keebs. Baby boy. Come on. You're not Kiba either. Kiba, good boy, come here. Come here. Yeah, I know. Sorry, girls. You already went to the groomer.
Denied.
Kiba, you're a good boy. Yeah, that's gonna happen in a minute. That's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. Good boy. Good boy, Kiba. That's a good boy. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Baba boy. Are you a good Baba boy? And just like that, my dog has lost like 100 pounds. Let me show you him from the top. People are always amazed when I show them how tiny Kiba actually is. He looks deceptively large in pictures, but actually he only weighs about 42 pounds. At the high end, he weighs about 45. So yeah, he's kind of a minnow. Huh. A minnow. If there's anything I know about Kiba, it's that in about an hour, he'll forgive me. So now I'm gonna go in with the oatmeal and aloe shampoo. I'm just gonna dollop it all over and then work it in properly when I don't have the camera in my hand. My dear, you have the grim. Time for conditioner. My dog has become a skunk. We're all conditioned and now it's time for a final rinse off. Personally, I think Kiba did a splendid job of getting washed, even though he's really disliking it. Now I'm going to give him a towel dry, and normally in the summer I would just let him dry off by himself. However, because it is the winter and it's more likely that he'll retain some moisture in his undercoat, what I'm going to do is give him a quick blast with this. Well, hello, my little babushka. Oh yeah, this is behind the scenes footage of what happens when I shave my legs. Delightful. Hi Keeps! Are you still traumatized? I'm not about to make you have another bath, don't worry. So it is now currently about 12 p.m. and that means it's actually Kiba's nap time. Actually, unless it's walkies or treat time, it's always nap time for Kiba. He is the most low energy puppy that I have ever met. And he's happy, he's content, but he's also just a very, very sleepy boy. Because my dog is so beautiful and such a sweet animal, it does prompt people to ask what kind of breed of dog he is. He is a Eurasia, and I don't mind people knowing that, but they do have a double coat, and that requires a lot of maintenance. If you're not going to dedicate at least a couple of hours a week in solid blocks to maintaining this coat, it is going to ruin, it's going to become the bane of your existence, and it will not look anywhere near as nice as what my boy's coat currently looks like. This takes work, it takes maintenance. The mane takes maintenance, and if you don't maintain it, it will ruin the integrity of the coat, and it will also make your dog thoroughly miserable. If you don't maintain it, that coat can become matted and cause a lot of problems. And speaking of matting as well as bathing, hi baby boy, if your coat is matted when you put them in to be bathed or when you bathe your dog, it's actually going to stiffen and harden those mats, and it's actually going to make them a lot more difficult to get out. So if you are planning on bathing your double-coated dog and they do have mats, please try and work them out before you give them a bath, because that will make the problem exponentially worse. I'm definitely going to do a dedicated grooming video at some point to show you how I groom Kiba, and I'll show you the tools that I use, and I'll do a little close-up of what it looks like to actually go by and line groom him, which is to do section by section, line by line. And that's something that I'm still learning, because Kiba is my first dog and he's my first double-coated breed. But so far I think I've picked it up just fine, and I'm really happy with the way that his coat is. He's just a joy, and he seems happy and healthy, which is the most important thing. But definitely don't forget that if you're planning on bringing home a dog, you have to make sure that you're available to maintain the coat that they have, because that's on you. And if you need to hire a groomer, that's fine. Just make sure that you're hiring a groomer who understands how to work that particular breed of dog's coat, because not all groomers understand how to actually handle a double-coated breed of dog. I know it sounds weird, but that's the truth. So make sure you do your research, and yes, make sure you invest in good quality products for your grooming as well. But I'll go over that in a dedicated grooming video. Bye, Keeps. I love you. I do. I love you. Can we see your chompers? Look at those teeth, sis. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something different about how I bathe my animals. Maybe you picked up a tip. Remember to also leave your tips down in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in another video soon. Bye.